Hi, Mount Daniel friends. This is Mrs. Mountain, and today I'm going to talk to you about shapes. Shapes are everywhere. I bet if you look around right now, you'll see shapes all around you. Behind me, I see shapes on my brick. I see a rectangle. I see a bunch of rectangles. I see rectangles. If I look at the panes of my windows of my door, I see more rectangles. I went on a little shape hunt around the house and I found a magnet. What shape is that? That's right, it's a circle. I found some post-it notes. What shape is this? It's a square. That's right. If I rotate it like this, what shape is it now? It's still a square. All right, I found a card, a playing card. What shape is it? It's a rectangle. And I even wore, what shape do you see in my earrings today? That's right, triangles. So today we're going to take a closer look at some of these shapes, and we're going to talk first about this triangle right here. I know it's a triangle because it has three sides. I can count them. 1, 2, 3. And if I flip it around like this, I went over the sides in red so you can clearly see them. There's three sides. I'm going to put it up against this board. And again, if I rotate it, it's still a triangle. Now we're going to talk about where the two sides come together. And where the two sides come together, that is called a vertex. Some people call it a corner. We're going to call it, mathematicians call it a vertex. And the way I remember that, if you look really closely at where the two sides come together, it looks like a V, and vertex starts with a V. So I'm going to put a dot on each of the vertices. When we say more than one, we call them vertices. So let's count them together. 1, 2, 3. So my triangle has 3 vertices and 3 sides. So I'm going to read a little book, and we're going to talk about more shapes as we read the book. The book is called Walter's Wonderful Web, and this is by Tim Hopgood, and the publisher of this book is Farrar, Straus, Giroux. Walter wished he could spin a perfect web, just like his friends. But Walter's webs weren't perfect. They were wibbly-wobbly. And when the wind blows, wibbly-wobbly webs always blow away. That's a problem, right? But Walter was determined. That means he didn't want to give up. So one morning, he decided to start with something simple. Very carefully, he made a small web in the shape of a, wonder what it's going to be. That's right, a triangle. Whoosh went the wind, and it blew the web away. So I'm going to put a triangle up on our board over here, just so we can remember all the shapes we're talking about. So here's our first shape. It's a triangle. Walter started again. This time he made a bigger web in the shape of a, let's see what it's going to be now. Oh, that's right, it's a square. Whoosh went the wind, and it blew the web away. So I'm going to add to our board. What shape was that again? That's right, a square. Walter sighed and started again. This time he made a longer web in the shape of a, what do you think it's going to be? It's a rectangle. Whoosh went the wind, and it blew the web away. Now I don't have a rectangle, but I do have, if I put a square here, and then I was a thinker today, if I attach another square, what do I have now? That's right, I made a rectangle. Walter sighed. Then he stretched his legs and made a taller web in the shape of this says diamond, but we know that's a rhombus. A rhombus. Whoosh, whoosh went the wind, and it blew that web away too. I'm going to add my rhombus up here. Perhaps my webs should be more round, thought Walter. Think about it. What shape do you think it's going to be if it's going to be round? So he climbed up and down. He twisted and twirled. Would this be Walter's first perfect web? Let's take a look. Nearly. It wasn't a perfect web, but it was an almost perfect, what shape? Circle. If we look carefully at a circle, how many straight sides does it have? That's right, it doesn't have any. It's 0 straight sides. And how many vertices do you think it has? That's right, 0 vertices. And it looked very strong. I'm going to add my circle. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh went the wind. Poor Walter hit the ground with a bump. Even the circle web wasn't strong enough. Walter was tired and upset. He felt like giving up, but as the sun went down, he thought about all the different shapes he had made. All at once, he knew just what to do, so he took a deep breath and he set to work. Whoosh went the wind, but it didn't stop Walter or his web, not this time. And as the stars came out, Walter's web shone in the moonlight. Wow! It was better than perfect. It was a truly wonderful web. Wow, my friends, what shapes do you see in that web? I see all sorts of shapes. Do you see triangles, rhombuses, squares? There's a lot of shapes inside that wonderful web. These shapes are all shown in this book. Let's go over them again. This shape was that's right, triangle. This one was a circle. We have a square, rhombus, and what's this last one? That's right, it's a rectangle. So we need to practice using those terms that we just talked about, sides and vertices. So you would say, well, I know it's a triangle because it has 3 sides and 3 vertices. If I touch each corner, each vertex, it has 3 vertices. What about this one? We know it's a square. So how many sides does it have? That's right, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it has how many vertices? It has 4 vertices. You can touch each of the vertex. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 vertices. What is the difference between a square and a rectangle? So squares are special because all the sides are the same length. And then we also have a rhombus, and the rhombus also has 4 sides and 4 vertices. The circle has 0 sides and 0 vertices. So when we talk about shapes and we want to say, how do you know that it's that shape? Well, then you can talk about the vertices and you can talk about the number of sides. So we're going to practice that. So we're going to do a little subitizing. I'm going to flash it at you and you're going to say how many you see. Okay, we're going to try this. I'm going to start out pretty easy and then it's going to get a little harder. So I'm going to flash it. All right, how many shapes did you see? 1, that's right, that's the easy part. Now how many sides did you see? Well, now you have to think about it. It was a square, right? And a square has how many sides? That's right, 4. So we saw 4 sides because that is a square. I'm going to make it a little harder. All right, get ready to subbutize. I'm going to flash it at you. All right, first of all, how many shapes did you see? That's right, there were 2 shapes. What shapes were they? They were both triangles. So if I asked you, let me ask you, how many vertices did you see? Let's think about that. There were 2 triangles, and each triangle has 3 vertices. So I'm going to give you a second to think about that. I bet some of you came up with it. 6 vertices. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you get that right? I bet you did. Let's try another one. Oh, this is a good one. All right, now how many shapes did you see? 2. Okay. Think about what kind of shapes were they? So we had a circle and a square. So if I would ask, how many sides did you see? What would you say? How many straight sides did you see? Did you come up with 4? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Does the circle have any straight sides? No. So let's try another one. Make it a little harder. Let's see. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, how many shapes did you see? You saw 3, okay. How many vertices did you see? Flip it around. Let's take a look. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3. The triangle has 3 vertices. Circles have 0 vertices, so that's 3. We're going to try one last one. Oh, this is a toughie. Let's try it. All right. I'm going to ask first, how many shapes did you see? That's right, 3. How many sides did you see? Who got 9? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There were 9 sides. 3 triangles have a total of 9 sides. All right, now I'm going to give you a little homework project. And this was a lot of fun. I started one, and I'm going to show you what I got so far. So I thought it would be fun to make a shape book. So I called it My Shape Book, and this is by Mrs. Mountain, me. It's kind of like a flip book, so it's got a little flap right here, and you flap it back like this. And there are all the shapes that I have in my book. So we have a triangle, a circle, a rectangle, and a square. But this is going to practice having you use the terms vertices and sides. So what you're going to do is you're going to show your book to somebody, and on each page you're going to give people clues to guess the pictures. Okay, so I'm going to flip the first page back. Now here's the little flap. I'm not going to show you what it is. I'm going to give you the clues. It has 3 sides and 3 vertices. I ate it for lunch. So this is something that you can eat. And I did. I really ate this for lunch. It was hot and it had cheese on it. Did anybody guess? Let's see. See if you got it right. It's a piece of pizza. And what shape is it? It's a triangle. And you probably knew that because I said it has 3 sides and 3 vertices. So I'm not going to show you any more of my book. I want you to make a book of your own. So you can just get 5 pieces of paper. The first page can be your cover. And then you can fold. All I did was fold the pages over, or you can get your mom and dad to help you with this. Just fold part of the page over. And then you can draw your pictures on the inside. And then you can either write the clues or have your mom and dad write the clues for you, or you can just tell people clues. It's up to you. I hope you have fun doing it. Thank you.